This tutorial will give you a better understanding of how invoicing works in Paymo. On top of the project management, time tracking, and resource scheduling modules, Paymo also has a dedicated accounting module that integrates with those already mentioned. To add an invoice, click on the Invoices module, Add Invoice. This will show you the invoice editor. It's a what you see is what you get experience where you're working with the actual invoice and not just a form. Here, you can choose among 85 different currencies to bill your clients, whether to accept online payments or not, and the format of the invoice template with client details on the right or on the left side. Select the client that you wish to bill your services for. Then, you have two options. Add invoice items manually, one by one, or click on the Add Outstanding Time and Cost button to add invoice items either from timesheets, expenses, which count as a cost on top of a project, flat rate projects, where the whole project will be a line item, or flat rate tasks, where you can select which tasks to end up on the invoice. Let's look at how to convert timesheet entries into invoices. Select the date interval, along with the projects to parse time entries from, the users, and any necessary advanced settings. Then add the time entries whose price and quantity you can change. Don't worry though, changing items on the invoice does not affect the actual time entries from your timesheet. At the end, you'll get the subtotal of all the time entries to which you can add a discount if applicable, as well as taxes like the VAT or estate tax. There's also the possibility to leave an invoice note for your client in which you thank them for their business. Even an internal note if you need to leave instructions for your accountant or for your teammates. Once saved, you can send the invoice directly to a client and leave them any additional notes, or share it directly via the permalink in the top right corner with anyone external to your team who needs access to it. Notice how the ribbon in the top right corner has changed? This small hint lets you know whether your clients have read the invoice, giving you more leverage over payment-related discussions. At any time, you can change the status of the invoice, mark it as draft, void, or paid, print it, or export it as a PDF or to a third-party accounting software like QuickBooks Online or Xero. If you need to create a similar invoice, you can always clone an existing invoice to avoid creating one from scratch. You can also add a partial payment in advance to kickstart the project under the View Payments button. This option will become available only after the invoice has been sent. Please note though that the remaining balance will only be displayed under this area and not on the actual invoice. Recurring invoices are also available under the Recurring menu tab. Just select the start date, frequency, number of occurrences, and your clients will receive invoices at regular time intervals. In this case though, you'll have to add the invoice line items one by one, since they're not based off of any past project data. Now that you know how to add an invoice in Paymo, let's head over to the Project Accounting area under Company Settings to check a few settings that can save you time. The Invoicing tab is related to your company's fiscal information, the default invoice terms, the standard taxes, if applicable, late payment reminders, and whether or not to display the delivery date field if you're in a country that requires it. The Appearance tab is related to the layout of your invoices. You can choose between 15 multi-language templates that have their clients either on the right or left side, or customize them to better reflect your brand by editing a template's HTML and CSS code if you want a higher degree of control over the fonts and the overall style. Lastly, you can write a default invoice footer and external note that shows up on every newly created invoice. The Online Payment Gateways tab allows you to connect your Paymo account with Stripe, Authorize.net, or PayPal. Please be aware though that each provider comes with its own fees, which vary from country to country. Therefore, don't forget to factor that in on your final invoice. The Custom SMTP tab proves valuable in case you want to send invoices from your servers, while the email templates allow you to set the email subject line and main body for the invoices sent and late payment reminders. The invoicing module is also present on our mobile app, which allows you to practically manage your business on the go. We'll touch upon this topic when we review the mobile app in full. You're now ready to run your accounting in Paymo and get paid accurately for your work.